Present in the southern part of North America, Mexico is the world's 13th largest country by area. Similarly, population-wise, the country takes 10th position in the world. With this much diversity in area, there is no doubt that Mexico is filled with amazing places that have vibrant experiences to offer. Here's a list of the top 30 natural wonders that must be on your list if you're gonna go and visit America's neighbor. Cenotes of the Yucatán. The cenotes are basically freshwater sinkholes which are formed over thousands of years by collapsed limestone. In Mexico, the Yucatán region alone has an estimated 10,000 cenotes, with each of them being more spectacular than the last. With their clean light blue water, beautiful and intricate limestone patterns, and serene environments, these places feel like heaven on the ground. Although you can visit any cenote in the region, some of the most famous ones are Cenote dos Ojos and Grand Cenote. Cenote dos Ojos, or more commonly known as the Two-Eyed Cenote, is a popular spot for diving and snorkeling. With sunlight breaking in from the crater above you, you see an impressive rock formation and diverse marine life, including colorful fish and sea turtles. Similarly, located 3 miles from downtown Tulum, Grand Cenote is one of the most popular sinkholes in Mexico. It comprises an open-air cenote which is surrounded by caves and offers 1,500 square feet of swimming surface with crystal clear waters. In addition to being tourist attractions, these sites hold historical value too, as Mayans use cenotes for ceremonies, and many of them still hold spiritual significance. Copper Canyon. Barranca del Cobre, or the Copper Canyon, is a group of 6 distinct canyons in the Sierra Madre Occidental in the southwestern part of the state of Chihuahua in northwestern Mexico. These canyons were famously formed by 6 rivers that drained the western side of the Sierra Tarahumara. Later on, these 6 rivers merged into the Rio Fuerte, finally emptying into the Gulf of California. The walls of canyon are of copper and green color, making the whole scene even more pretty. In addition to these natural views, this place offers thrilling rides like the Sheep Train or Zip Line, and mesmerizing waterfalls like the Besashik Falls. Now, from a cultural point of view, the people of this region are known as Raramuri, and they're pretty famous for their athletic skills, music, and amazing cuisine that includes delicacies like machaca, which is basically dried meat, and queso menorita, which is a type of a local cheese. Hierve el agua. Imagine you are swimming in a beautiful infinity pool of cool and serene natural spring water on the top of a cliff with mesmerizing views of the surrounding mountains. On your right, a beautiful petrified waterfall is falling into the valley below, creating a scene that looks straight out of paradise. Well, this is the scene at Hierve el Agua, present in Oaxaca. These petrified waterfalls are located about 70 kilometers east of the Oaxaca city and consist of 2 large rock shelves which rise between 50 and 90 meters from the valley below, from which extend nearly white rock formations which look like waterfalls. To make the scene even more serene, there are natural mineral pools overlooking valleys where visitors take part in swimming. Over the years, this site has turned into a major tourist attraction, where people can come from a break from city life and spend their days swimming, climbing, and exploring the nearby villages for a lot of things. Sumidero Canyon. Present in the state of Chiapas, this canyon is one of the most well-known tourist sites of the country. It is surrounded by the Sumidero Canyon National Park, a federally protected natural area of Mexico, which extends for 21,789 hectares over 4 municipalities of the state of Chiapas. Moreover, the Grijalva River that passes through the park is a well-known boating site among visitors. The Sumidero Park is basically divided into 3 portions: Discover the Canyon, Colors of Chiapas, and Area of Adventure. The first part is located in the dock area, where you can see a demonstration of the history of the canyon and a video of its geological formation. The interior of the park contains a 300-meter-long zip line where you are able to see the whole park. Colors of Chiapas is a small museum which exhibits the traditional dress and native musical instruments of the state's indigenous peoples. The Area of Adventure takes visitors on a tour of the nearby rainforest area, which includes a suspension bridge. It also has a herpetarium, an aviary, and an enclosure of jaguars, and one for crocodiles. In addition to all its tourists can take part in a number of other activities including extreme sports like mountain biking, spelunking, and rappelling. Isla Mujeres. Commonly known as the Mexican Paradise, Isla Mujeres is a place that has it all. From 5-star hotels and resorts, adventure sports to deep water dives, authentic Mexican seafood to a unique beach experience, this place has everything that a tourist could dream of. Isla Mujeres is actually an island located exactly where the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea meet. It's about 13 kilometers off of the Yucatán coast, and if you look to your west, then you can see the skyline of Cancun City across the waters. Culturally, the island is a mix of Mexican and Caribbean cultures, which makes it an excellent place to visit. Apart from snorkeling and swimming, the island has developed a strong restaurant industry, with several restaurants present throughout the island. There are numerous places to visit and eat the seafood, which is fresh, which is made with local and traditional recipes, but that isn't all. On this little paradise, you can find almost all of the well-known cuisines of the world, including Mexican, Yucatecan, Italian, Caribbean, Mediterranean, Israeli, French, Thai, Cuban, and Maya cuisine, among others. Las Coloradas. Las Coloradas is a community located at the northern coast of the Yucatán region. The area is filled with huge salt evaporation ponds, with some of them showing unique and beautiful colors because of the microorganisms present in them. Now, some of these ponds, known as pink lagoons, are quite stunning, and because of their pink color, they've turned into popular tourist destinations. Apart from this, Las Coloradas is also a birdwatching haven. Being close to the sea, the town is also an excellent spot to enjoy authentic Mexican seafood, but the most popular one on the menu is octopus ceviche, a simple dish that combines tender octopus with tangy lime juice, red onions, cilantro, and chilies for a light and authentic Mexican appetizer. Bacalar Lagoon. Bacalar, the Lagoon of the Seven Colors, is a long, narrow freshwater lake present in the state of Quintana Roo, Mexico, near the country's border with Belize. With a length of approximately 60 kilometers and width of 2 kilometers, it is the second largest freshwater lake in Mexico. The lake is pretty well known because of its beautiful colors and crystal clear water clarity. Additionally, the lake contains a huge population of the oldest life on the planet, including the cauliflower-like stromatolites that are only present in places globally. Apart from the serene and unmatched beauty of the lake, activities like kayaking, cenote diving, and swimming are also major attractions for the visitors. Siancan Biosphere Reserve. The term Siancan comes from the Yucatec Mayan language and means gate of heaven, and it's an accurate description of this place. Established in 1986, this reserve was named as a UNESCO World Heritage Site just a year later. Present in the Tulum municipality of Mexico, this wonder offers a deep dive into nature as well as thousands of years of history. With its dense mangrove forests, coral reefs, and thousands of years old Mayan ruins, this place has turned into an ultimate tourist destination. By taking part in quite well-planned eco-tours, visitors can go and see dolphins, manatees, and turtles swimming in their well-reserved habitats. For history buffs, the reserve including 23 archaeological locations of the Mayan civilization, including the ancient site of Mio. Cabo Polmo National Park. This marine reserve in Baja California, sir, is home to one of the oldest coral reefs in North America. The 27 square mile national park is more than 20,000 years old and has 11 different species of corals within just 27 square miles. Today, as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, that park has become an international tourist destination where visitors take part in scuba diving, snorkeling, and exploratory dives to see the vibrant marine life of Mexico. The park is often called the aquarium of the world because of the hundreds of different species of fish and sea animals that you get to see here. Because of turning into a tourist destination, the area is filled with plenty of local eateries and cafes that give you a taste of local cuisine, including shrimp burritos and fish tacos, an ultimate blend of seafood and Mexican cuisine. Pico de Orizaba. Now, if you're wondering, Mexico isn't just all about beaches or canyons. The country has a considerable number of mountains and glaciers. In fact, North America's third largest peak is present in Mexico that goes way above the height of 5,600 meters. The interesting thing about this peak, also known as Pico de Orizaba, is that it's actually a dormant volcano that last erupted in the 19th century. Presently, this dormant volcano holds 9 glaciers at its peak and various faces, including Mexico's largest glacier. The surrounding town and the mountain itself has turned into a snow-covered resort destination with plenty of visitors coming for hiking, climbing, and skiing activities. The surrounding town, Orizaba, offers a complete cultural experience, including pottery and tortillas, which are a special type of Mexican tortillas, and a must-have for every visitor. Tequila Volcano and Agave Fields. As evident from the name itself, this volcano and the surrounding fields hold a very important place in the country's history. The Agave region, present in the Jalisco state, is one of the most important cultural landscapes in Mexico, and it's not just because of the natural scenery that this place offers, but for the cultural tradition that has been kept alive for several centuries, and from which has arisen one of the main icons of this country, the tequila. Yes, for those of you who weren't aware of this, in the Tequila region of Mexico, which by the way is a UNESCO site, is actually the birthplace of a famous spirit. The agave growing in the thousands of acres of fields is actually the major ingredient of the drink, and it's from where the spirit gets its iconic flavor. The Marietas Islands. The Marietas Islands are a small of uninhabited islands a few miles of the coast of the state of Nayarit, Mexico, famous for their hidden beaches, and with an ocean depth of 70 to 100 feet around the islands. The Marietas Islands are ideal for snorkeling and scuba diving. Every year, thousands of tourists visit the islands for whale watching and exploring marine life in the area. In addition to whales, you can also see sea turtles, manta rays, octopus, wild dolphins, and hundreds of species of unique birds which are present all over the islands. Because of preserving and protecting this highly sensitive ecosystem, a limited number of visitors are allowed to visit the beaches, but tourists can explore nearby villages in Riviera Nayantri and enjoy local dishes like aguacuchil, which is basically a spicy shrimp delicacy. La Bufadora. La Bufadora is a blowhole present in Baja California, Mexico, about 17 miles south of Ensenada. It is one of Ensenada's main tourist attractions, and the marine geyser shooting water over 30 meters into the air is a sight that everyone visiting Mexico must witness at least once. Now, according to the legend and the local folklore, La Bufadora isn't actually a blowhole or a geyser, but a whale that became trapped in a rocky point and blew water to attract its pod's attention. And no one came for help, the whale turned to stone, and now it's trapped there forever. After turning into a popular destination, the area around the blowhole has become filled with plenty of restaurants and eateries, most of them serving regional specialty. The Ceviche Tostadas. Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve. Located in the Pine Oak Forest at the border of Yucatán and the state of Mexico, this reserve is a UNESCO World Heritage Site with millions of butterflies migrating to the region each winter. Most of the arena around the reserve is still rural and covered with dense forests in order to protect the butterflies and their habitat from civilization and unnecessary urbanization. Now, the actual reserve is at almost 11,000 feet of elevation, so visitors take part in hiking or horseback rides through green and dense forests to reach the top, where they are surrounded by thousands of beautiful, fluttering monarch butterflies that make the whole scene so unbelievably beautiful. Iztaccíhuatl and Popocatépetl volcanoes. Iztaccíhuatl and Popocatépetl volcanoes are two majestic volcanic peaks that overlook the Valley of Mexico. Now, these two volcanoes, commonly known as the Sleeping Woman and Smoking Mountain, are not only geologically significant, but also hold a special place in Mexican folklore and culture. According to the legend, Popocatépetl was a fearless warrior who fell in love with a beautiful princess named Iztaccíhuatl. However, their love was doomed from the start, and now the giant volcanoes were actually the bodies of the two lovers. Culturally, these volcanoes have been a source of inspiration for Mexican art, literature, and music, as according to the Mexican locals, they symbolize eternal love, loyalty, and sacrifice. Hikers from all over the world visit this location to witness this symbol of love themselves and explore the trails of these two peaks while visiting nearby towns that offer heavenly foods like pulque and artisanal bread. Grutas de Cacahuamilpa. Milpa. Grutas de Cacahuamilpa is a captivating cave system present in the state of Guerrero, Mexico. The caves were basically formed over millions of years through erosion by the underground river of San Geronimo, whose water carved out the limestone, creating an intricate network of passageways and chambers. Stretching to a network of 2 kilometers, this impressive cave system features underground chambers, towering stalactites and stalagmites, underground lakes, and incredible, unique, and spectacular rock formations. Tourists can take part in exploration of these chambers and pathways. The underground rivers can also be explored by boat tours, and for adventure lovers, the site provides activities like rappelling, ziplining, and rock climbing. El Cielo Biosphere Reserve. Located in the Sierra Madre Oriental in the southern part of the Tamaulipas, the El Cielo Biosphere Reserve protects the northernmost extension of tropical forest and cloud forest of the country. With an area of 144,530 hectares, this reserve consists of beautiful mountains, dense green forests, and plenty of wildlife. The forests serve as a home to jaguars, bobcats, mountain lions, ocelots, and black bears. For people who are interested in jungle safaris and, well, seeing the wildlife up close, this place is a must visit. Additionally, with hundreds of species of birds, El Cielo is popular among the bird watching community too. Tolantongo Caves. The Tolantongo Caves are a natural wonder present in the state of Hidalgo, Mexico. Now, the caves themselves are nothing short of a beautiful wonder, but the whole location becomes even more majestic because of the hot springs that are nestled in a canyon with turquoise pools heated by the underground rivers. Over the years, the location has turned into an exquisite tourist destination because of being close to Mexico City. On various points of the canyon walls, the authorities have created semicircular chapoteros, or splashing pools, filled with warm spring water. Most of these are shaded by trees, allowing tourists to bathe in warm waters while overlooking the canyon at the same time. Tourists looking for a taste of authentic Mexican cuisine can also visit the nearby village of El Cordano and enjoy enchiladas marinas to make their stay even fun. Chapala Lake. Lake Chapala is the largest lake in Mexico and has been a tourist destination since the 20th century. The lake is a critical habitat for hundreds of species of migratory birds, including American white pelicans and great egrets. In addition to this, the lake is also home to several special rare plants and fishes that aren't really found anywhere else in the world. Because of this is a favorite spot for bird watchers and boating enthusiasts. Culturally, for tourists, the Chapala Lake provides a whole range of experience, including art galleries, cafes, unique delicacies, and efficient types of music, as there are several different towns and cities along the coast of the lake. Somewhat more specifically, visitors can go to the town of Ajiac, which is famous for its art galleries, cafes, and local specialties like charals and tequila cocktail. Isla Halbox. Last on the list is a place where even in 2024, you won't see a single car. Oh yeah. Isla Halbox is an island located on the north coast of the Yucatán region, where cars are banned, making bicycles the major mode of transportation. You can imagine how that one feels. For years, the island's main industry was fishing. However, over the last few years, the craze of shark viewing has turned the island into a well-known tourist attraction. I mean, I'm not a fan of sharks myself, but to have a tourist attraction that has sharks, I'm sure it can be amazing, but you gotta be careful because sharks don't really have a good history, because they're sharks. Another thing that makes this island popular is kiteboarding. Kiteboarding is apparently that popular and it's amazing as well. You should definitely try it. Halbox has one of the safest beaches for kiteboarding. Because of its shallow waters and long beaches, the conditions are ideal and thus people from all over the world turn to this island for a unique kiteboarding experience. I mean, why wouldn't you? I myself would do the same, because if you have a beach that's as big, as shallow, as diverse, you would definitely want to be a part of it. You would definitely want to go there and enjoy all the things that it has to offer. And that's where Isla Halbox hits it out of the park. Cuisine-wise, lobster is the most major delicacy of the region, and many of the dishes made on the island center around lobster, including the tourist favorite lobster pizza. Now, lobster is something everyone loves. It is a delicacy because of how it's made. You have to make sure with the way you make it and how you incorporate it in different dishes, it has to taste delicious, it needs to have the seasoning, and it should taste like, yeah, that was worth the money. Otherwise, it's just lump meat that you will never like, and it's a waste of good expensive lobster. And lobster pizza sounds amazing. So, buckle up, pack your bags, and make sure that you check off all of these places off your list. Also in the comments, let me know which one of these natural wonders is your favorite, and if you guys have visited any of these places before, please comment out what your experience was like. And if we missed anything, please also let us know. And of course, tell us the best part if you visited any of these places. What were the best parts and highlights of your tour? And if I missed any of the spots, let me know. Thank you for watching.